And now the opening lineup for Chicago. Trey Jones is out there with Kobe White. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. Then there's Talen Horton-Tucker. And it's Buzelis in at the power forward. And for the Magic, Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. Then there's Jalen Suggs. Then there's Wagner. And it's Clutch in a two-guard. Serving up some holiday basketball for you fans out there. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, everyone.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving Eve to you as well, my partner. I mean, there's just something special about watching basketball during the holiday season. Hey, and we're in for a treat.
Draw them in and kick it out. Great execution to open up an easy look from outside.
Pass to Clutch. Fires the three. Chicago with a rebound. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense, or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
Not the best three-point shooter in the league, but he's got enough skill that you can't just let him fire it up.
About a minute played here so far in the first. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Jamal Mosley gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. And one of their main defensive focuses, Nikola Vucevic. Coach telling me that Vuce has the big body, plus he can really shoot it. But they really emphasize boxing him out. Nikola is great at converting misses into second chance points. Boxing out. It's back to the basics, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Here's Clutch. He played a great game against Charlotte. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Suggs against Jones. Pass to Horton-Tucker. Left block shot on the way. And he battles for the ball, gets the second chance bucket.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Oh, got that one up quick. Clutch has got 12 points in the game.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, there are usually Bulls fans sprinkled in every crowd.
Here's Clutch. He's guarded by White. Pass to Suggs. Here's Clutch. From the arc. Can't get it to go. His second miss in 6 tries. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. All right, on the line, we we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Hey guys, well the Magic were one of last season's most improved teams, and with the addition this summer of Contavious Caldwell-Pope, they've addressed an area of real need. A player who can space the floor, add to their already stout defense, and has championship pedigree. They're going to continue to rise in this league, guys.
Absolutely. All right, Shams, thanks very much. Here's Clutch. He's got 12. Oh, he missed the chippy right there.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Now here's Jones. Pass to Vucevic. Horton Tucker on the wing, defended by Wagner. And the basket by Horton Tucker. And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Coming off a win against the Hornets.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game. And the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
And you talk to coaches around the league, and they'll tell you sometimes the ball just goes in. It's as simple as that.
And so here is Chicago. The Magic making their last shot. And the ball out of play. The Magic will have it. And here are the new power rankings. Only the first month of the season, but a chance to check out some early returns. You look at the Grizzlies. They slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
Checking out Orlando, they're playing fantastic basketball right now. I know it's early in... Surprisingly, they may turn out to be the team to beat. They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Jones with the ball. Playing Washington, he was nearly unstoppable. Pass to Buzelis. On the wing, Jones. 6 on the shot clock. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Orlando leading by 6. Here's Clutch. And another 3 for Orlando.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Now here's Jones. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. And he's able to get it back. To stop the run. It's rebounded by Wagner. For Orlando, they've gotten 7 of their 10 shots to fall. Clutch's shot is off. The Bulls trail by 9. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Pass to Horton Tucker. He got a piece of it. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and bum-rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Now a timeout called by Chicago. I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. And let's pause for a moment to recognize the teams with the best three-point shooting. Orlando, number 1.
Having the shooters they have, the best three-point shooting team in the league, it opens up the whole court by stretching the defense out.
Here's Ball. Rebounded by Suggs. Magic leading by 11. The 3 from Banchero. Pure from three-point range. Banchero's got 5.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And the shot goes down.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
Here's ball. Pass to White. to ball to win the cold spell. No good on the shot.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Vucevic with the steal. Tipped away. On the wing, Suggs. That shot off. Good work defensively by White. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Collins. It's rebounded by Banchero. Banchero's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Clutch from outside the arc. And it goes. That makes it 9 for 13 now.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
We'll see if they can keep this pace. Not sure they can win it by relying on just the 3.
Oh, and a fast break for the Magic. Wide open look. And again, it's Orlando converting. Guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Magic?
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
And how about their shot blocking tonight? I mean, creating doubt every time the ball goes up. They're there lurking.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not surprising he had an easier transition.
Substitution on the board.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. We've got Banchero. He's out there with Wagner. And it's Suggs, and it's shooting guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. And again, no good by Chicago.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Here's Banchero. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Jones misses. And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for the Magic. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Brooklyn where they'll face the Nets. That'll be the first of a 5-game tour around the league.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Chicago has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
This Magic team is making moves in the East. Star forward Paolo Banchero said, "We're a lot more competitive. We know we're talented. We can play with anybody, and we've proven it. Just one game at a time." Brian?
Got to take that simple approach. A team on the rise, Allie. Thank you. Here's Clutch. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Pass to Buzelis. Now Vucevic. Shot to stop the run. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
You gotta love the response by Vooch. That's how you get your revenge.
And here's Banchero. Here's Clutch. And Orlando again with the bucket.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Here's Jones. Vucevic. It's good on the putback.
Getting physical on the glass and getting a bucket, that's what Vooch does.
Launches it. And another 3 for Orlando.
He's dropping the 3 ball with incredible consistency. What a barrage here in the first half.
Orlando foul. Number 24. First personal foul. First team foul. Now into the lineup for your Magic, Da Silva.
They double-team Vucevic. Outside Jones. To the middle. Here's Buzelis. That's good. And it's Jones with the assist. Buzelis has got his first points of the game.
He still needs to fill out to be more physical down there, and that will come with time. But Buzelis can handle his own.
Good. Another from three. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
And so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
Now here's Horton Tucker. He's covered by Suggs. Jones. Orlando with a rebound. Wagner's got a rebound, number 5 here tonight.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrating.
First personal foul.
Orlando shooting their first free throws tonight.
At the line for the Magic, Jalen Suggs. 2 shots.
That's good from Suggs. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Hits both from the stripe. Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
Connects again from distance.
All game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is nothing stopping his shot.
And you know this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game the world never forgets. The shot's good. Clutch has got 49 in the game.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
Jones, the pass to Horton Tucker. To the inside. And Vucevic slams it in.
That's just an aggressive finish by Vuce. Once he gets strong inside positioning, he's looking for the finish.
And Banchero gets it to go.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Oh, got a piece of it. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, you pay the price.
For Chicago, they've gotten 5 of their first 11 shots to fall here in the second quarter. Now here's Jones. He's guarded closely. Got a piece of it.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
He shoots. And got it. Another basket. And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Chicago's gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Pass to Vucevic. On the wing, Jones. Deflected. Here's Banchero. Buzelis grabs the board. Buzelis has got 4 rebounds now. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket. He's finally started to settle down here in the second quarter. Just needed to work up a sweat.
Here's Clutch. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Clutch has got 53 points. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for Chicago. They defeated Washington in their last game.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Yeah, they seem unfazed by the hostile environment. I mean, just look at how efficiently they shot the ball.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires it. Off to left rim and out.
And with his team trying to trim this margin, his struggles this quarter, they're not helping him.
Don't sleep on Banchero's ability as a creator. He wants the best shot possible, even if it's not his own.
Outside Jones. On the take. Here's Vucevic. Another shot. They shoot again. Orlando with the rebound. Got it. Makes him 4 for 6 from the floor.
He's really carrying the load, but no man can do it all by himself.
Pass to Wagner. From down in the low post, it goes. Wagner's got his first basket of the night.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Here's Jones. Now Horton Tucker. Back to Jones. Plenty of space. The shot, no good.
This has not been his best quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots.
And again for three.
There it is, a shot that puts him tied at the top of the record books.
Masterclass in three-point shooting. Amazing. Pass to Vucevic. Three-pointer. Nope, 4 for 7 now.
Credit to him for trying to get that three right back. Missed the shot, but that's a fighter's mentality.
Takes the three. Good. Another from three.
And that is a three that will put him in the record books.
The most triples ever in a game. History being made.
And the crowd letting him know they appreciate greatness.
He has been prolific. Three-pointers at a historic level.
He simply can't miss right now. He's wearing triple.
So it's the Orlando Magic, way out of reach with an enormous lead as we head into a break. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. We'll be right back.
Big round of applause for your Magic Youth Dance Team.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And for Chicago, they're shooting just 37% so far in this one. Second half underway. Here's who Billy Donovan's got on the floor. They've got Nikola Vucevic, Kobe White out there with Trey Jones. Then it's Buzelis, and it's Horton Tucker in at the three, the small forward. Clutch's shot is off. And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Greg.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who will keep things moving.
Here's Clutch. Drops in the three.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Number 24.
Knocked loose. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Getting buckets at a critical time. Just give him the ball and let him go to work.
Magic foul. Number 24. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Second half rolling along. About a minute played here. Here's Jones. Great D that time from Suggs.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Clutch. Hey, hangs in midair and converts the double clutch layup.
And I have no clue how he got that one to fall. Pulling some magic in the midair and torturing the defense in the process.
The shot by Buzel is no good.
And they have been cold coming out of the break. Only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up.
Clutch's shot is off.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
White with it. Wagner picks him up. White, the pass to Vucevic. No good. Unable to win this run.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Pass to Clutch. Lets it go from deep. Again! What an avalanche! 71 points and no end in sight.
He's in the zone. The defense looks helpless.
Outside White. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. White's got 10.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Yet another bucket.
And he is simply uncautious. Nobody can stop him right now.
Boy, the points keep coming, and he's climbing that scoring ladder. Third on the list, well in sight. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. White's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
Here's Clutch. He got it again. Sensational.
This game has written all over.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Outside Horton Tucker. It's White with a drive. Count it. He's got 14.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Here's Clutch. Misses the three. Chicago is gone, only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Up top, Horton Tucker, defended by Wagner. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And that just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
And this is his second attempt at the line tonight.
Kevin Herter, shooting 1.
Free throw good. Herter and Richard in a league where shooting has never been more valuable. It's great to have a player like Kevin Herter.
And he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective. Matter of fact, he's probably best when he's moving off the ball and causing confusion. He puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
And good! There's another!
That score moving him clear into third all time for scoring.
Well, you just knew it was a matter of time the way he's been playing. I'm sure he's not finished. From 8 feet, it's rebounded by Batadze. Batadze's got 4 rebounds in the game. Good. He hits again.
And incredible. Never thought we'd see another player score this much.
Man, it feels surreal, doesn't it? That score puts him tied for the second most points in an NBA game. What an historic night.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
And another one.
And that score moves him up in the record books yet again.
He now stands alone for second most points in a game. Unbelievable night. And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Orlando ahead, opening up a huge gap. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. Head coach Billy Donovan is mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
They're shooting a high percentage, but you know what?
Line change here for Chicago. White, the pass to Vucevic. Well, Grant, we've heard some out there say dynasties are dead. And these days, there are a lot of teams contending for titles.
Well, the NBA is happy to see all the competition. But, you know, this league has been defined over the decades by dynasties. We'll see if their epitaph has been written.
We've got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Goga Batadze is out there with Jonathan Isaac. And it's Clutch in at point guard. That's who's out there for Orlando. Orlando shooting right around 40% since the beginning of the 4th quarter. This one for 3. And it's Chicago with a board. Collins has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. From 12 feet, up again, controls the rebound and the putback.
No question, Vucevic is locked in right now, just giving a ton of energy on that offensive end.
And the Magic shooting has been tremendous. 63% for the game and scoring with confidence.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
Lonzo Ball's checked in for White.
Coming out of the floor for the Bulls.
Here's the steal. In transition, the Magic on the run. And the dunk by Isaac.
And that was a big man play by Isaac, going in with intention and dunking it.
Now here's Herter. The three from Ball. It's hauled in by Isaac.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. And not much you can do to try and push through it.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Magic.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And reaching a nice milestone, an even 20 wins on the year.
And they have to feel pretty good about themselves, taking the first 2 games of the season between these teams.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game. Clutch.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
Here's Clutch. And it's good. He hits another one. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
B.A., it feels like he can't miss.
Pass the ball. And the bucket is good.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
Too little, too late. That final score will look way closer than how this game actually played out.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Yet another steal from him.
He's making history, tied for 3rd most steals in a single game.
Just incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they need.
Having another steal.
A defensive terror all night long.
I've never seen anything like it. He's actually tied the record for most steals in a game.
He'll be around the rim. Defense has always got to know his whereabouts.
He swipes the ball away again.
He stole it.
Oh, connects again.
I'm in disbelief. He set a new all-time record for scoring in a single game.
A record that was for so long thought to be untouchable. He continues to amaze. So it's the Magic winning this one easily. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
And that'll do it, folks. For Richard Jefferson, great.
And just about to get underway. Here's the starting five. Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on a look at the starting group for the Magic. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. Jalen Suggs is out there with clutch. And it's Bitadze in at the 5, down low. And looking at the Nets, we've got D'Angelo Russell. Shot about there with Johnson. Then it's Williams. And it's Thomas in at the shooting guard position. So, Clark, for teams that might be struggling, is it too early to start thinking about personnel moves?
In general, I would say yes, it's too early, Kevin. But if there are real chemistry issues with the team, then you've got to be willing to pull the trigger and make the move.
Suggs passes to Clutch. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Clutch has got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for the Magic. Poked loose. He takes it in, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Here's Russell following the bucket by Orlando. Sharp. It's good on the putback.
Way to work the glass. Buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Pass to Clutch. Takes the 3. Drops in the tray. Clutch has got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Magic.
Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They're cooking with gas, folks.
Clark, what do you think about the Orlando Magic? Winning 47 games last season. Their most in over a decade.
Boy, I love the core of this group in Orlando, Kevin. The development of their young guys, Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, and the rest of those guys already starting to pay dividends. They could be a force for a while. These young guys are only going to get better.
The Nets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. With some art, and it's Russell missing.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
And there's Banchero on the assist from Suggs.
Only 1 miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
The Nets still looking like they're getting going. Trailing here by 8. Their last meeting was in Orlando, where they were unable to fight off the Magic.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
Good on the triple.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for D'Angelo Russell, and the Magic making a change here as well. Wagner's checked in. Here's Clutch. He's guarded by Johnson. Clutch, good.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now, here's Johnson. Really played well against Phoenix in his last outing. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. Now, we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force on offense when he gets a couple to fall. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if you want to contain him. We'll see if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Orlando making some changes. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Banchero. Black comes in for Franz Wagner. And Anthony subbed in for Suggs. Here's Claxton. 9 points last game. The Nets working the ball around now. And it's Martin missing. Magic leading by 16. Isaac finds Anthony. Here's Clutch. Uses both hands to slam it down.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And Cole Anthony is some kind of scorer when he gets hot.
Yeah, he's really special when he gets it going. He can beat you by himself. That's how good he is. He's a little mercurial, up and down, volatile a bit. But I tell you what, I like what he gives you when he's playing at his best.
Here are the Magic now. After the basket by Brooklyn, Clutch. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
And they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Caldwell Pope, who's checked in for Clutch. And Orlando has possession. Out to the substitution. Spot there on the floor for the Nets. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Williams. The rebound by Bitadze. Bitadze's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. On the court for Orlando, Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. Suggs out there with Clutch, and it's Bitadze in at the 5, roaming the paint. Russell left side for the 3. Up again. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Orlando leading by 19 points. To the paint, here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody. It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Clutch. And it's Russell with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Here's Russell. Jalen Suggs making his last shot. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Suggs has got 8 points. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Magic.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Another big component of their game early on has been their execution on the fast break. They're getting a bunch of easy baskets, pushing it in transition.
Now, here is Russell. Defense right on him. The pass to Williams. Just 5 on the clock. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the technical free throw is good. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, John, thanks a lot.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Clutch the pass to Wagner. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Now, here is Russell. He had 15 points last out, and there's the foul. It's on Clutch. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Magic making a change here.
Substitutions on the court.
And the Nets with possession here. Johnson can't get it to go.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to De Silva. Here's Clutch. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Tipped away. Wagner passes to Clutch. Right wing. 35 seconds left in the second quarter. He can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Johnson, the pass to Martin. Now Watford. Outside Wilson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Johnson wide open. He fires. And again, it's the Nets missing. Here's Clutch. Hits it from three-point range.
Number 24.
Clutch has got 29.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
And so it's Orlando
49.
with a match. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What can you say? Clutch, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic.
3.
Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
We've got Sharp. Johnson is out there with Williams. And there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Thomas in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. The drive by Russell. Lets it go with a 3. Thomas's shot is off.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Orlando's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Lets the 3 fly. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. In terms of defense, Greg, the Magic have taken some big steps forward.
Oh, they really have. It was a focus for them last season, and it has paid off. They were the kind of team nobody wants to face, and it led to their first playoff berth since 2020.
The Magic making a switch here. Black's checked in. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
First personal
The
foul.
ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The Magic shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Orlando. Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Good! Another from 3.
24.
He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Sharp trying to break free. The layup missed.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps.
Shooting 2.
Magic Superstar says it's like anything in life, it's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin, but you just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft.
Substitution.
Hey, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Orlando.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And I've also noticed how opportunistic they've been off turnovers, doing a really good job taking advantage of the opponent's mistakes.
And, Clark, if you look at the NBA's draft combine, prospects now required to participate in drills and in other testing to be eligible for selection.
I like that, Kevin. I really do. I mean, it's part of being a professional. You can't just opt out of things because your agent says you should or you don't feel like it. This is a professional business, so there should be some standards and accountability. And I think it goes hand in hand with the push for parity. It ensures equal access to the information that will enable all teams to make informed decisions on draft day. So I like it. I really do.
So on the floor for Orlando, we've got Isaac clutch out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's Bitadze in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, he wanted to go back at him, and this came up short on the triple.
Pass to De Silva to the right side. Here's Clutch. And yep, another basket. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Russell passes to Claxton. Outside Thomas. Johnson against Caldwell Pope. Can they get it? And it's Orlando with the rebound.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Magic.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And talk about putting pressure on your opponent tonight.
Connects again from distance.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep.
And providing the support where they needed. That stops a 12-0 run by the Magic.
Into the lane, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
The shot's good from Bitadze.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Here's Clutch. Yet another bucket. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Nabbing another steal.
And he's just been able to anticipate their every move.
Yeah, you're right. And again for three.
Flashes home another three, and he moves into second place all time with that made 4 games.
Greg, you have to think that every time he releases the ball from deep, it's going to go in. He just keeps raining it down on him. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that
Hello, back. So a look at our starters for Orlando. Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. Then there's Jalen Suggs. Then it's Goga Batadze. And it's Clutch in at the shooting guard position. And for Brooklyn, Johnson and Claxton control the middle. Cam Thomas out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Williams in at the 3, the small forward. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low. Oh, so ferocious on the drive. I mean, have to be impressed watching Banchero just throw it down.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
It's stolen. Here's Clutch. Here he goes. And he dunks it down.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
The shot by Russell, no good. And the Magic pushing it up now. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk to head coach Jordi Fernandez. I asked him how he plans to slow down Paolo Banchero, and coach told me, look, he's an all-star, so you've got to guard him with your whole team. He's big, he's strong, he can punish you down low, but he's also quick and has the ability to beat you on the perimeter. They'll have to be disciplined tonight, B.A.
Thank you for that, Allie. Coach, you look at someone like Jalen Suggs. Man, has he improved his shot.
Yeah, Brian, I think you've always loved the effort that he brings at the defensive end of the floor. But now he's a much more efficient shooter, much more decisive, and really understands his role.
Clutch hits a three-pointer. Clutch has got 5.
Well, early in this game, they've made one good play after another.
Left side, Russell. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
Aggressive move by Russell. He's got the deep bag of tricks. So tough to stop.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Knocks it down from distance. Give him 8 points now.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Brooklyn has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Outside, Williams. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. And, of course, the season is still young, but a great time to look at our Rookie of the Year list. These are the guys making an immediate impact. What an incredible start to his rookie season. Sitting in the #1 spot right now, but I'm sure this will be an exciting rookie race.
And you know his confidence must be soaring, sitting at the top of this impressive list of young talent.
Yeah, he's a clear #1 right now. Nobody even close to passing.
And you see that in building their lead, they've done an impressive job on the defensive glass.
Here's Banchero. Rebounded by Johnson.
All alone from mid-range. You gotta think he's kicking himself.
Williams passes to Russell. Sinks the tray.
A volume three-point shooter. The coaching staff encourages Russell to fire away.
Inside. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Brooklyn calls timeout. Coach, the ceiling seems very high for Franz Wagner. He's shown improvement year after year.
He has, Brian, and he's already so polished offensively. He's got great footwork, great touch, and at his age, I think it's the patience he plays with that really stands out.
A full line change here for Brooklyn, and a new group getting ready for Orlando. Carter, he's checked in for Batase. Wagner coming. Orlando leading by 9. On the court for the Magic, Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. Then it's Goga Batase, then there's Jalen Suggs, and it's Clutch in at the point guard position. Knocks down the long J.
Yeah, and for Suggs, his three-point shooting has come a long way since entering the league.
Russell, the pass to Claxton. To the paint. Second chance shot. Back to Thomas. The three. Orlando with a rebound. They traveled to Brooklyn last time they faced the Nets. Came away with a win.
And they won that last game between these teams easily, posting a scorching hot field goal percentage.
Well, that's just the physicality from Suggs, fighting off defenders in close.
The three from Russell. That one no good.
Well, so far, he hasn't had the same luck from deep in this quarter.
Oh, Banchero throws it down.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Out of bounds. Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. The three from Russell. Buries it from 3. Russell's got 11 points.
And that's his first triple this quarter. 3 total for the game.
This Magic squad, Stan, has a great young core. What do you think they have to do now to take that next step?
Well, Brian, they do. They have great depth and a lot of good young players, but they need more shooting around their core guys, and they've got to improve their backcourt position. Their front court is loaded. They've got to get a little bit more balance.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Williams finds Russell from downtown.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And the Nets call time here. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing their last matchup with Orlando.
Yeah, they found some decent looks, but the shots just weren't falling. Sometimes it goes like that.
Seems like they did all they could, and sometimes it still doesn't go your way.
So the Nets making a switch here. Sharp's checked in. And the Magic making a change here as well. Wagner's checked in for Bataze.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
The kick out to Banchero. Pass to Clutch. Puts up a three. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Russell with the ball. He's picked up by Banchero. Hit his leg. The official saying it was kicked. So Brook. And so it's the Orlando Magic ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. Time for a quick break, then... And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Tries again. Thomas misses.
This is a game he'd like to forget. And the worst part is bringing down the whole squad.
Suggs, the pass to Clutch. The three is up. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That's a pure effort play. Nice tip in.
And that's a skill you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Russell against Suggs. Russell to pass to Claxton. Back to Russell. Shot clock at 6. Over Suggs. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And Banchero with a bucket on the assist from Suggs. Banchero's got 10 points.
I mean, 6'10", about 250. Banchero imposing his will inside.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Pass to Thomas. They need this. Fires in the triple.
Yeah, they get one to fall. Now 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Clutch's shot is off. The Nets have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Who poked away. All by himself. That one falls. 8 of 10 and scoring with confidence.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Down low. Here's Thomas. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And this is exactly how Russell does solid assist numbers. I mean, just great delivery on that play.
Here's Clutch. Nails it from 3. Clutch has got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. In transition, here's Wagner, and he caps off the break with a monster slam.
Yeah, man, Wagner is dangerous in the open floor.
The Nets have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Here's Clutch. And he banks in the layup. Clutch has got 10 points here in the second half.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Russell, double team. Thomas passes to Johnson. No good again that time.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Oh, what focus from Suggs. Refusing to let the hit throw him off.
So Brooklyn ends up going with a new group, and he'll be shooting his first free throw.
Shooting 1.
Well, Brooklyn's shooting 34% thus far in this game. Outside Johnson. And the Nets miss again.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
Pass to Martin. In transition, here they come. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Jamal Mosley said they're so tied together. It's just organic. They're happy in creating these relationships over time, and it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you. Orlando's gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Here's Clutch. Wilson grabs the board.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Here's Clutch. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks.
His third personal foul. First team foul. Magic.
Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Watford. Johnson comes in for Wilson. Thomas, he's checked in for Martin. And Russell is subbed in for Johnson.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
The Nets have gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the fourth. On the court for Orlando, Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. Then there's Jalen Suggs. Then it's Goga Bitadze. And it's Clutch in at the point. Thomas passes to Russell. Outside Johnson. Back to Russell. The three is up. And the Nets miss again.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Clutch's shot is off. Pass to Wagner. Here's Clutch. Takes a three. Gets the three to fall. Clutch has got 33 points.
Yeah, that's a great decision by Wagner. Quickly getting it to the open man.
Outside Russell. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Bitadze. Bitadze's got 4 rebounds now. Now here's Wagner. Out to the right wing. Here's Clutch. And he hits the jumper for 2. Clutch has got 35 in the game.
And trying to put the game away, he's been nailed all evening.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league. Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And Carroll passes to Clutch. Now Suggs. Here's Clutch. And again, it's Orlando with a 3.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
The shot by Russell, no good.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Magic.
Their unbelievable shooting was probably the biggest difference tonight, but they also got stops.
Yeah, great effort on both ends. Now, they worked for good shots, and they were stingy defensively as well, but just really impressive.
Looking at this year so far, this will make 22 wins for them.
It's just a great matchup for them, and they're looking for the 4-game season sweep in their next meeting.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Clutch.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
For 3. Sharp grabs the miss. They're having a hard time stopping this run.
And B.A., you can't afford to keep coming up empty.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Great D that time from Banchero. All alone. And again, it's Orlando converting.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
So crafty off the dribble. Russell stops on a dime and gets the separation he needs.
Clutch. And the three off target. Johnson with it. Right wing. So no problem for Orlando as they get the win. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
The starting lineup for the visiting Orlando Magic. At center. And now.
Greetings, a look at the starting group for the Magic. Walkthroughs are the forwards. Clutch out there with Jalen Suggs. And it's Bitadze in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Knicks, Jalen Brunson out there with Bridges. Then it's Josh Hart. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Anunoby in at the 3.
20.
And this is the fourth and final game of the NBA Cup group stage of play for these two teams.
And both looking to finish strong, right? And punch their ticket to the knockout round.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Really solid in the catch-and-shoot game. Anunoby always ready to fire.
Here's Clutch. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. Brunson with a clean look from outside off the mark. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Clutch driving in. Makes it off the glass. Clutch has got 5 points so far.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Here's Brunson. And it's Suggs with the rebound. Magic have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Clutch. Fires away from outside. It's rebounded by Brunson.
And you have to admire his confidence on that, but there's no way that's going to fall.
Coaches will tell you that's a bad shot, but when your teammates tell you that, you probably got to think about it.
And Orlando has possession. After Jalen Brunson missed it on that last three-pointer.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Now here's Brunson. 23 points his last outing. In the corner, it's Bridges. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
And it's Wagner missing.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Now here's Towns. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. That's tipped out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
They shot the lights out from deep. Real. The defense. And now.
Yep, made the defense work extremely hard and did a nice job of getting any advantage they could against the team that shot it well.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Good on the shot.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
One of the best 3 and D wings in the league. Well, let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
And here's Brunson after the three-pointer from Clutch. Out to Brunson. Good, and as this goes to town. Brunson's got 5 now.
How about the response from Brunson? Nailing 3 of his own.
That's the Clutch. From the arc. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Knicks trail by 6. Passes it to Anunoby. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Outside, Towns. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Magic have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Banchero, that's good.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
Yeah, people who saw this game got their money's worth, and it was fitting that they split the season series, given the enormous talent level on both sides. D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
And it's good, 2 points.
Brunson, one of those players that's just not going to be denied, determined to convert inside, and he does.
Here's Clutch, and again, it's the Magic from deep.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
To the wing right side. Now the pass to Bridges. Anunoby has the open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall. He's got 5.
Anunoby knows the percentages. Much better to get that corner 3 off.
Magically,
it's tipped. Suggs passes to Clutch. Itadze. They shoot again, and at last they get one to fall.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Here's Brunson. He has 7. 17-foot shot on the way.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Wagner And he uses the glass on the layup.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable. Wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Now, here's Bridges. Hasn't made one yet. And it's Brunson missing. And now the fast break. Banchero with the ball. And there it is for him.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Brunson right side. And he banks in the layup. Brunson's got 9.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
14.
Lays it up off the glass. He's got 11.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got that.
Magic leading by 11. This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. Clutch out there with Suggs. And it's Vitadze in at the 5, roaming the paint. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, a big story this summer was Jalen Brunson signing a team-friendly extension, leaving an unprecedented amount of money on the table, but providing the Knicks with the opportunity to lock in this tight-knit core and contend in the East at the highest of levels for years to come.
Wow, a team to be reckoned with. Shams, thank you very much for the report. Here's Payne. Off target from outside.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Clutch. And again, it's Orlando converting.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
Good on the three-point shot. Clutch has got 28.
Yeah, even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Payne passes to Hart. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
You could see he wanted to get him back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession. And now we have a moment to recognize the player of the week in the Eastern Conference, Clutch.
And what can you say about how huge he has been for this offense? Everything he's done, from the scoring, the shooting, the playmaking, you take him out of the lineup, and there's no telling just how different this team looks.
Knicks trail by 18. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. New York calls timeout. You know, Craig, the one thing you love about the NBA Cup tournament, it makes these early regular season meetings matter much more than they used to.
A win is a win in the regular season, right? But you can never have that taken from you. But you do have an extra layer of intrigue in these games with the NBA Cup going on.
Still a ways to go between now and the three-point contest, but it's always fun to talk about it. Let's see who has the best shot to earn a spot in this year's event.
And maybe this list changes between now and All-Star Weekend, but I don't think anybody would be disappointed if it stays exactly the same as it is right now.
And you look at Brunson. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more and as we get closer to the three-point contest once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We've got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
Suggs passes to Clutch.
Magically,
and the rebound goes to the Knicks. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. And that'll be the third of the fourth straight at home. Pass to Tau. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
Knicks ball.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Orlando.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
And it's the Magic's ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Wasted no time on that one. And that's now 37 points for Clutch.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's Payne in the corner. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Oh, what an ugly start to this quarter. Only 1 of 8 from the field.
Banchero. Oh, that's good.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just policed right through it.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star grade in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And, Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th. Triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Here's Payne. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And Wagner's got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 25.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Outside, Towns. Pass to Hart. Kicks to Payne. 5 to shoot. To end the run. Rebound by the Magic. Bitadze's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Clutch. And that one, good. Clutch has got 45 points.
He is at his best when it matters most. This game is theirs as long as he can keep this up.
New York calls timeout.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
And New York making a change here. Brunson's checked in, and a switcher also for Orlando. Isaac's checked in.
And Brunson capable here of having these binges, scoring the basketball.
Here's Isaac. It's not going to go for him. Towns with the defensive effort. Hart finds Brunson. Offline with his 3.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
The Knicks shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Brunson with another miss. Magic shooting so well, 63%. The offense working as one cohesive unit. Here's Clutch. He has 45 points, and that one drops for him.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
New York moving the ball around. And here's Brunson outside. Brunson with another miss. Lets it go from deep. And good. He hits it again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Dishes it to Towns. Back to Brunson. That shot off the mark.
Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
Clutch, good.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
The kick out to Towns. That falls. Nice speed that time from Brunson. Towns has got 4 points in the quarter.
Towns has one of the best three-point strokes of any big man in the league.
And another one falls. Amazing.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. Brunson, no good.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Brunson surveying the D. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Brunson's got 19 points.
That's a tough distance to master, but Brunson making that mid-ranger look good. Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Now here's Brunson. He's covered closely and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, when you survey Jalen Brunson going from role player now to all-star, what a rise.
At the line.
What's been the key for him?
I just think it's confidence, Kevin. I mean, simple confidence. I don't think there's one point where Jalen Brunson didn't believe that, not that he was the best player on the court, but that he was going to be the best leader. And that has translated into him producing some massive scoring and assist nights for any team that he's played on. This guy is a winner. Excellent court vision from Brunson as he's able to find the open man.
Magically,
there's 1:26 left to play here in the second quarter. Down low, here's Clutch.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Orlando shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Second free throw, no good. New York shooting a meager 37% for the game. To the middle. And Robinson throws it down hard.
And that's a strength of Mitchell Robinson's game, of force in the paint.
Passes to Wagner. The shot, no good. Towns with the defensive effort. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. No problems knocking that one down. Bridges has got 8 points.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
There's the pass to Anthony. Here's Clutch. From past the arc. They get it again. Carter. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
From deep, Brunson. It's hauled in by the Magic.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And he stays with it. And good. There's another. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Floats one. Pass to Hart. Out to the right wing. Goes back up. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair.
With a score, the Knicks 53, the Magic 86.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What can you say? Clutch and impressive effort here today.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody saw this offense coming from him, but it's been key for his team.
Yeah, and I'm not sure coming into this game he felt like he could dominate in the way he's doing so now. Been phenomenal.
Number 20.
We've got Mikal Bridges. Josh Hart out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Jalen Brunson, and it's Towns in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 for New York right now. At the tip, and it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got 6.
And you have to account for Towns on the backboards. He is too big to miss.
Clutch can't hit. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Brunson. It's hauled in by the Magic.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Oh, good job executing inside. Wagner in total control down there.
Pass to Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
He's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. There's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Here's Clutch. Defended by Bridges. Clutch, good.
And how aggressive has he been on the offensive end? Over half the team's points have been his.
Feeds it to Bridges. The rebound by Bitadze. Bitadze's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Suggs passes to Clutch. The tray. And again for 3.
And guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for 3rd now, most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from beyond the arc. Brunson, that's a 2-pointer. He claims that one off the back iron and down it falls.
Totally in rhythm right now. The moment Brunson has the ball in his hands, right into that shot.
Here's Clutch. Connects again from distance.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep. And here's Brunson outside. The rebound by Bataze. For Orlando, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Here's Clutch. No good on the triple. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Hey, Greg, since getting traded in 2023, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have exploded.
Yeah,
Bridges, substitution on the court.
Towns, the bounce pass. Bridges kicks to Brunson. Drains it from beyond the arc. Brunson's got 13 points in the second half.
I don't know, why is it lefties like Brunson just make it look so much better when you're firing the rock?
Puts up a three. And again for three.
Flashes home another three, and he moves into second place all time with that made for a game.
Greg, you have to think that every time he releases the ball from deep, it's going to go in. He just keeps raining it down on him. Here's McBride. Doesn't go that time. Good work defensively by Anthony. 1:16 left in the third. Here's Clutch. And he gets the jumper to drop.
And so far tonight, he's been the game's leading scorer. Just got into a groove, and no one's found a way to get him out of it.
Pass to Towns. No good that time. Magic shooting a hot 57% from the field in the third. To the inside. Carter, that's good.
And that's a huge body down low. When Carter Jr. gets that kind of position, there's not much you can do to stop him.
McBride passes to Robinson. The pass to Brunson. Looking to end the run. Picked him clean. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his 7th rebound here tonight. McBride passes to Brunson. Misses the three. Here's Clutch. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. Got it up. Again, what an avalanche.
And that puts him even for third on the single-game scoring list. Simply amazing.
I'm at a loss for words. Greg, his has been one of the greatest offensive games we'll ever see. And so it's the Orlando Magic, able to put on a show for the ages. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with the substitution out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Brunson right side. Pass to Anunoby. Well, the most important event of the NBA calendar might be in June. And it's not the final, but rather for so many teams, Brent, the NBA draft.
Well, Kevin, it's a chance for you to set the table for your franchise. What do you want to have for next year? What do you want to have 5 years from now? And so all the work that goes in.
Good, that's another bucket.
He has been simply unstoppable.
And he's now third all-time for points in a game. One for the ages. And here's Brunson outside. Orlando grabs the miss. Anthony's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Clutch. Knicks with the rebound. Hart's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Towns. Towns is double. Inside, here's Anunoby. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Magic. Good! Another from 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Knocks it loose. Passes it to Towns. Shoots over Wagner. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Well, Orlando shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense. Clutch can't hit. The Knicks shoot an appalling 26% in the fourth quarter. Anunoby kicks to Bridges. A trend in the NBA, and one, Brent, that I like, new downtown arenas. They seem to be everywhere.
Well, Kevin, it's because you love to eat so much, and the restaurants are nearby, so walking distance helps. But yeah, it invigorates the city. You have people clamoring to get to the arena, to get out of the offices early, and it really brings the community together. So you love to see that kind of energy and buzz around any NBA stadium.
Towns dishes to Bridges. From deep, Brunson knocks down the 3-ball. Brunson's got 16 points here in the second half.
Mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's Clutch. He got it again. Sensational. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
1:32 left in the game. Brunson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Brunson's got 39.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Magic.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Clutch.
Well, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Here's Orlando now. They're on a 19-7 run. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. So for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Achua comes in for Josh Hart. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Now here's Payne. Defense is right there. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And that long wingspan of Isaac aids him there in turning away shots. But it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter.
Another one goes. Incredible.
Can you believe it? He's done the unthinkable and tied the record for most in a game.
Nobody can deny that this is one of the greatest individual efforts, GA, we've seen, not just in basketball, but I dare say in any sport. Complete scoring dominance. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
At home, I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.